case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In 1886, the Supreme Court heard a landmark case, Boyd v. United States, that challenged the constitutionality of a law under the Act to amend the customs revenue laws and repeal moieties. The case was sparked by the controversial forfeiture of imported plate glass, which led the property owners to claim that the 1874 Act forces them to self-incriminate and violates their rights under the Fourth and Fifth Amendments. The owners, whose plate glass was seized on suspicion of fraudulent import, were required by the Act to produce their own books and papers as evidence. After a lower court affirmed the forfeiture, the owners decided to appeal, contesting the constitutionality of the Act and arguing that they were unfairly being asked to incriminate themselves, making this case not only about the alleged fraud, but also an examination of the powers of the Act. The thrust of their appeal centered on a fundamental tenet of personal freedom, that a party cannot be forced to produce evidence against itself, likening the law to an unconstitutional and unreasonable search and seizure. In their compelling argument, the claimants invoked the landmark case of Entick v. Carrington, which established that property rights are inalienable and protected from arbitrary seizure, a principle seemingly overlooked in the 1874 Act. Caught in the crossfire of this legal battle were the common interpretations of civil suits for penalties and forfeitures. While the Act did not specifically include criminal suits, the claimants argued that both penalties and forfeitures possess a punitive nature, akin to criminal proceedings, thus naturally subjecting them to protections provided by the Fourth and Fifth Amendments. Balancing these poignant arguments, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the claimants and against the government, reversing the lower court's decision. The court deemed that forcibly surrendering private books and papers violated the Fourth Amendment's safeguard against unreasonable searches and seizures, and compelling a party to witness against themselves contradicted the spirit of the Fifth Amendment. The verdict thus marked a turning point in the legal perception of what constitutes self-incrimination and the boundaries of privacy, setting a precedent that private documents cannot be unreasonably searched and seized to force a party into penalizing themselves.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.